Hi everybody, Valerie here from Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet. Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. It is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. It's about 10:30 in the morning as I'm making this. I just filmed the next part of this video that you'll see in a few minutes where I'm going through my new system that I'm going to be using for the next month about for craft fair prep. So I just filmed that. And I just thought I would do an introduction before I insert that. And I do want to tell you some exciting news. I just found out this morning that I got accepted to a craft fair that I had applied for. I just got accepted, and I was kind of thinking I wouldn't because I was late to the game, and there was a kind of a disclaimer on there saying that they weren't going to accept duplicate vendors. So I thought, I'm sure there's somebody already that has applied for this. I think what kind of kept maybe some people out was that you had to have a business license. And I do have a business license with the city that I'm in because I had to have that for when I worked at the little shop that I no longer work at. So that was kind of nice that I already had that, hurdle jumped over. So I think that really helps me get in. It's a $45 fee, which I paid this morning on Venmo. It's a 10 by 10 space. I just purchased a pop-up tent, purple, because purple and black are the themes of my setup. So it's on November 15th, and it's in my same town, and it's very close, so I'm excited. I don't know how big it's going to be. I think it's going to be on the smaller end, but that's okay. I wanted to try a couple more craft fairs between now and Christmas, and I now have a couple of craft fairs between now and Christmas. I have the one on the 15th and the one on December 5th. So that's going to be plenty for me unless something just happens to pop up that I can't pass up. I have plenty of inventory. Of course, my best sellers sold out or almost sold out at the big craft fair that I just did. So that's what I'm going to talk about in the next section, how I chose what I'm going to be working on and all that good stuff. But it's kind of nice that I don't have to worry because if something happens and I just, can't get that much done, it's okay because I already have about $2,000 worth of inventory. And I'm thinking the next two craft fairs are going to be relatively low. I'm thinking like $300 or $400 maybe in sales, if that much. I really don't know, but I have enough inventory to cover all that, but I just want to make more of my best sellers. And so that's some of the news that I wanted to share with you today on today's episode. I don't have any finished objects today. I have, as you're going to see, I have a lot of, they're kind of finished, but they're not totally finished. They're, they're, I guess so you would call them works in progress. So my goal behind that is, and I'm probably going to repeat a little bit of what I said in the next clip, but each day I'm making a certain amount of things and I'm getting them to the point where they can be finished up. And I have a certain time in my week where I chat with a friend of mine, and that's a great time to just kind of pull objects and add eyes and add stuffing and things, sew things closed. And I'm kind of saving those things up. But you will see eventually the items that I'm making, you will see them in completion. So I guess, well, let me show you my co-host here. Let's see if I can move my phone very carefully so I don't jiggle you around. Here's my co-host. Is he not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Yep, there's Walter. There's Walter. He's sitting in, I use these white baskets for my crochet projects and stuff. And they're also where he loves to sleep. So we are in a constant battle over who gets the basket. Although he's got several on this very table that he could be sleeping in that are designated as his baskets, but he has to sleep in the ones that I have designated for my crochet. So then whenever he gets out, I'm gonna have to clean them out because get the cat hair out. What we do for our animals, I swear. Anyway, so yeah, so between now and the end of November, I'm going to be working on the craft fair prep that I'm going to tell you about in the next clip. And then that will bring us up to December. So I will be doing something for Vlogmas. I'm not sure what yet. If anybody has any ideas or requests, what you'd like to see me doing for Vlogmas, let me know. But then that will be a time where I won't be doing any any craft fair prep because I'm not planning on doing any more craft fairs for a while. That'll, be the slow season, and I'm not planning to go crazy with craft fairs for myself anyway. I just want to do a few a year, but we'll see. I don't know. But anyway, so December is kind of up in the air. I do have a project I'm thinking of working on, but it's an Afghan, and I don't know. I don't have a good track record with Afghans. So I don't know. We'll just see what that brings. But anyway, watch this next clip, and then after the clip, I'll come back on and close up the video. Well, hi everybody. Walter's here with us. I'm going to go over my plan for the next month or so. Actually, probably exactly a month now. What I did is I made a list of all the things I want to make for my December 5th craft fair. And I know it's way too much. I know I already have plenty for the craft fair, but I just wanted some more variety. And then just to have a good stash built up for future craft fairs. And I can definitely do 3 things per day. So I thought, why not? So so I'm choosing 3 things per day, and I'm going to be showing you how I'm choosing those. Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera not to wiggle around so much. I'm doing coin purses, pink whale keychains, purple whale keychains, turtles, pink elephants, F-bombs, mini chicks on nest, green frogs, pickles, loaf puppies, but I'm exchanging that for a different pattern. Bindi worms, gummy bears, washcloths, and kittens. And you can tell I'm really heavy on the kittens there. So I assigned, I made a box for how many I wanted to make of each thing. And I put a number in each box. And then I have this container, and these are those little gumball machine capsules. And so I put a number in each one just to make it fun. I could have done something computerish, but I'm kind of old school. So each day I pick out 3 of them, and then I look at the number, and then I go over here and I see what I'm making for the day. And it's going pretty good so far. So let me show you what I've done for the last few days. So on Friday, October 24th, I selected kitten, bindi worm, and bindi worm. And what I'm doing is I am just making the item up to the point where I can add eyes and stuff and finish off or whatever. So there won't be any finished projects at this point. So there's the kitten with its tail. And then I made 2 bindi worms. And then, of course, the bindi worms are not finished off on the end. And I have not glued the eyes on yet, but that is what I accomplished on Friday, October 24th. And then Saturday, October 25th, I actually drew 3 bindi worms out from the container. So let me show you those. So there's the 3 bindi worms. And what bindi worms are, basically, it's just parfait chunky. I make 6 single crochets in a magic ring. Or do I? No, I do the 2 chain. And then I do 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook, just because sometimes the parfait chunky is a little hard to pull a magic ring closed. And then I just crochet around a hair curler. The trick is you can go about halfway up And then you have to put the hair curler in, because if you wait till the very end, it's impossible to get that hair curler in. And it's just I don't know, what is that, 9-inch long hair curler? I don't even know. But then, then the worm bends around and you can, move it around, and it's fun. And it's going to have some wiggly eyes. So those are what I did on Saturday the 25th. Alrighty, on Sunday, October 26th, I did another kitten, a washcloth, and another washcloth. I actually think I did this on Friday instead of Sunday, and I think I switched those two around, but that's okay. I need to do this every day so I don't get confused. So for Monday, October 27th, I did a pickle. It was supposed to be a pink whale, but I did a purple whale keychain. And I did an F-bomb. And obviously the F-bomb is not finished. Sorry, this camera is wiggling so much. I'm trying not to, but so the F-bomb still obviously needs to be stuffed. The F needs to go on it. I need to do the wick and the flame. But I got things to the point where I can just do a whole bunch of finishing. So let me show you what I drew for today. So for today, October 28th, 2025, I drew washcloth, gummy bear, and F-bomb. And as luck would have it, I had made a second F-bomb yesterday. I had time, so I've already done that for today. So today I just have the gummy bear and the washcloth to work on. And what I do is, if I have extra time, then I kind of get ahead, so that maybe, on some days, maybe I won't have that extra time and I'll have an object already made. Like I have a pickle already made for the future. I actually have another F-bomb already made for the future. So, yeah. All right. So those are my plans. I hope that you're going to be interested to stick around and see how I do in the month of November with all of these plans. And I had originally, as I said in the clip that you just saw, I was saying that all of this was in preparation of my December 5th craft fair. Kind of in the back of my mind thinking, well, if I get accepted to the November 15th one, then, I'll take whatever I have finished and I'll take it there. So I'm actually prepping for 2 craft fairs and future craft fairs. I don't know. I do like to just have a stash ready, and and I had my neighbor came over and chose a couple of things from my collection, so it's kind of nice just to have stuff where if people say, hey, do you have anything that I could take to somebody's birthday, or it's kind of nice to have things already made up, so then I don't feel like I'm in such a rush to create. Well, I'm sorry I didn't have any official finished objects to show you today, but lots of plans, lots of things that are being made, and next video, next week, there will be things that are finished that I can show you. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. And I'm very excited to kind of share with you this new little adventure I'm doing as far as craft fairs go. And I've kind of got in the back of my mind that I will have 3 craft fairs under my belt by the end of the year. And that would be a pretty good way for me to measure if I want to continue doing them, if maybe I just want to stick to the one in October, just do that every year, or if I'm really loving it and I just want to keep doing more. So I think by then I'll know, the pros and cons, and just how set up and how much work they are, and whether I want to keep doing it. So anyway, I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching my video. Bye, everybody.